the world that you are now seeing, for this natural world is in jeopardy. And even if you are willing to help put an end to what you are about to see, you may never be able to see the world in the same way again. In the early part of 1999, an immense operation began, an operation using aircraft that many of us will find difficult to accept. This operation involves a dispersal of massive amounts of fine material. The implications of these actions are grave and far-reaching as they strain the limits of understanding. There will be counterclaims to the evidence that is presented within this film, and you will be told that all is normal and as it should be. You will be told that there is nothing to be concerned about and that all is as it has always been. Your eyewitness accounts will be dismissed as unreliable. This dismissal by claimed authorities and officials will be in direct contradiction to fundamental physical principles and your own common sense, but you will encounter it nonetheless. This dismissal now spans a time period of more than 5 years. It accompanies a grassroots awareness that has been reached by millions of concerned and engaged citizens. From this point on, I urge you to use your own mind to reach your own conclusions on the truth of the matter.
We have highly transparent nanoparticles. They have a refraction that is 4 times higher than the one of diamonds. That, if you look it up on Wikipedia, you can read there that they are valid for scalar applications, that they can be used in applications utilizing time reverse, field structures. It is a set of physics that is not in the public domain. It's scalar physics, but even in Wikipedia it is mentioned as one of the particles that has the ability to handle and process scalar waves. Let's put it this way, maybe it's the easiest. This is the reason for the plant death, because the crystal is highly transparent, but it absorbs UV light. At 260 nanometer wavelength, it is 100% opaque, absorbing UV signals. And this is exactly the frequency where the plants are processing the cell division impulse. Cell division occurs if UV biophoton is hitting a cell. This is kind of the trigger to tell the cell, please divide into 2. And if you have these particles within the plant tissue, you absorb all these cell division signals and the plant stops growing. This is actually the thing that caused mad cow disease in the 80s. If you look exactly at the medical research concerning mad cow disease, you find that there are 3 reasons to get this disease. A lack of copper within the body, too much mercury in the body, and these nanocrystals. And what happens then is that the mercury is stripping the nervous system, destroying the protective layers on the nerves. The copper, the lack of copper in the body makes the single nerves dissolve into chain parts. It's a protein, a prion, and a copper, protein, prion, copper. If you suck out the copper, it falls into pieces. This is how they can diagnose TSE, by measuring these protein, prion particles. And then something very interesting happens. These protein prion things try to rebuild the nervous system. It is a self-healing process of the body. But if you don't have copper, you cannot rebuild the nervous system. So the body is taking the next heavy metals it can access, and this is barium and strontium. So it starts building a nervous system that is based on protein, prion, barium. And this is kind of an antenna for electromagnetic fields. So we are rebuilding a nervous system that is sensitive on electromagnetic fields. And not only that the nerve itself becomes sensitive, Also, the barium-strontium titanate nanocrystals, they display barium and strontium on their surface from the crystalline structure, and the new built nerves kind of grow onto the crystal. So what you get is a new connecting point for the nervous system that is piezoelectric. And whenever this is receiving a signal, it's firing electrons. So you have a direct access to the nervous system of the human being. This is one nanobot that you can find in the literature. Nobody knows that it is 100% identical to TSE with the mad cow disease and with the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease.
In a very, very bad state. Others were just totally bewildered, I would say. But nobody in their own imagination would have imagined they were going straight to die.
Deliberate deception and secrecy was key to the SS killing machine. The Nazis couldn't afford panic or the threat of an uprising amongst the new arrivals. So beautifully landscaped gardens were planted to reassure the prisoners as they were led from the trains to the gas chambers. The crematoria themselves were hidden from the inmates within a wall of birch trees.